I'm Pop Seagull. Welcome to my channel where I show my personal martial art of Bagua Kuntao Silat. Today we're working on bridge hands practice number 3, or Qiao Shou number 3. What we're going to be doing here, lead just like in number 1, and we'll also be using our rear as we practiced in practice number 2 for bridge hands practice. But number 3, we are going to be able to step off, try to get an advantage, and he's going to be stepping as well. However, now we've learned how to use our rear hands, and I can use overturning palm to go in, and so can he, to try to fend off and keep from me pushing or pulling him off balance. And the same as the other, this is supposed to be fun. It's a drill. So enjoy it, have a good time. You've learned the fundamentals, you've been practicing the forms, the drills, stepping on the square, doing perfect practice. Now you're up to the point where you can begin to simulate sparring, making contact. At this point, we're still just pushing and pulling and shoving on each other or dropping on each other or turning the person around to make him go off balance while we maintain our own balance. But it becomes a lot more complicated when suddenly you can step. And here, just like when you're stepping in next level basic in the form, as we're moving slowly, drop your weight, make sure your weight is planted and sunk in one before you step with the other, or you're going to find you're going to be quickly pushed or pulled off balance that fast. So here again, let's try the left so they can see. Start off, we're going to start on a left lead this time. And you can see he's preparing himself and he's pushing in. So I'm stepping to relieve that pressure. And I can feel, when I feel that pushing, I'm just going to pull him. He's going to pull, and I'm going to go with it and pull him off. The whole time, my center was dropped, my knees were bent, my spine in a proper position, pelvis tilted slightly, and my center's there. I'm turning on my spine and I'm loosely relaxed. So is he. And we're trying to make that contact. Yeah, and you can see he waved me off, so to speak. Now you can go, since we do 2, we can now use 2 on 1 if we choose, because we're using our rear. We engaged our rear last time. So can he. We can change direction. Now, in this drill, you must always be making contact. So no disengagement, no like this and then re-engagement. Always strive to make contact. And you'll see why later on when you're sparring. You want to know where they are. You want to be able to feel his pressure. And this is a practice drill. Bridge hands number 3. Qiao Shou practice drill number 3. And I can feel him coming over the top and winding around my arm to push me off balance. So I'm just going to feed, push back, push down, shear, or I'm going to decide to do this change, and so is he. And in this drill, we're going to be seeking to push each other out balance by either pushing through the arm, striking the chest, sides, ab, or even now, since we're using our legs, now we can use our upper body if we choose, to drop and push on the leg, so you can learn a new skill as we move on with our practice drills. Later on, we'll be introducing foot traps, sweeps, front and back, turns, which we're doing here, all while engaging our lower body fully while we're engaging our upper body. And you're just a small step away from actual sparring without actually injuring each other. Here you're learning how to maintain the ground path under resistance while you're trying to strike, push, and inflict your center and power on the other person while they're trying to do the same thing to you in a safe environment. So, and you can see we engage lead hand to lead hand, because if we do lead hand to rear hand, he naturally wants to make that, because people want to hide behind that skeletal structure because they have an advantage. So you might as well do it, because that's how it's going to happen most of the time anyway. Also, if we do parallel lead to lead, we're doing that other drill anyway, and we go back to what we were doing in number 2. So yeah, and you end up doing it instinctively, you end up stepping off, because you should. It's a survival instinct. So, but here we're off. He's in his right lead, I'm in my left. You see him stretch to make sure. And he knows I'm going to go for his back, so he's going to step through so I can't get to it. And he's going to my back, and I'm going to step around so he can't get to it and step forward. And yeah, and you can see both of us, he's trying to maintain his center and I'm pushing him off a little bit. And you'll both know. And like, I feel him once he's sweaty too. Once his pressure becomes too great or I feel it moving and he becomes stiff, I can attack where he's stiff. And I'll release more videos on how to do this. So when you're sparring and you're doing this, you know you can go in and attack him completely to bring him down, strike very hard to injure him in self-defense, of course, or anything like that. But this is that next step, practice drill number 3 in Qiao Shou. So right lead to right lead, so you can see, and I feel him, yeah. And notice he's skilled and experienced enough to always know if he feels me drawing him in, he's gonna ride it and strike on it anyway. So that's one thing you have to learn. And it takes a little while before you're confident enough to be able to do that. And he feels me as soon as I make my attachment. I'm feeling him and pressuring in or pulling in, and it changes constantly. Yeah, and you can see him doing different things as well as myself. And notice if I turn into Qiao, or if I step in, then I can do, yeah, and I can step in and do that. But that's later on. But this, make it fun, enjoy it, and you feel the pull. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little slippery. So are you, so it evens out. Every time we try to stack, we just shear off each other. Yeah. This is one where relaxation while you're emitting force and power is going to help you greatly. And you're going to see he's in great shape. It's much more tiring than you think when you're using your entire body behind every movement, because it's not just waving your arms. You can do that all day. When you're actively stepping, moving, and employing your entire body with every movement, it'll force you to get in good shape.
If you don't relax, you're gonna
Yeah, if you don't relax, you're not gonna last more than a minute or two.
face down in no time.
It is similar to sparring with somebody fully resistant, but you making it as safe as possible while you're learning things that are necessary to spar with later. So. Right on. Well, that was good. I saw that coming and couldn't stop. I was like, oh, that was good. While you were doing it. You felt me waiting for you. It's like, okay.
You gave me a little bit. I should have buckled more.
That you'd have missed me if I was dry anyway. But it was close though. Yeah, see here, push from the neck to the knee. Don't hit him in the face. Don't hit him in the neck. Don't hit him in the groin. It's going to be tempting because the groin is going to be the least mobile area. Don't do it. We can work on that later with other drills. But in this one, you're training each other. They're your friend, at least. So, yeah. Okay, some points I wish to emphasize while practicing number 3 in bridge hands, the number 3 drill, is when you're making contact, as I emphasized in the first one, you should feel his foot, the bottom, the pressure from his feet being expressed out his arm, coming towards you, or at least there when you're pushing back. And his center, he should be solid, rooted, relaxed. If not, if he tenses up and doesn't have that, he's easy to push over. He's easy to get to. Same with me. if I'm doing that and I want to express something, yeah, if I don't maintain that root, you saw I lost it, he felt it and immediately pushes me over. Also, in the pull, like he's pushing now, and if he doesn't maintain that root, he's going to be pulled off balance into follow-up strike. So this is what you're learning here. You're maintaining this while you're circling around each other. Maintain. You're going to feel the break. You're going to feel the stiffness. Attract the stiffness. Find the hole. Push through that. Or when he becomes overbearing on that push, you pull him off. So that's what this drill is about. Also, when you're stepping, fundamentals of stepping, first video I made on that. Make sure your weight is planted at all times. If at any time your center rises, you become stiff, you're doubled up on.
You're going over fast.
He's going to just push right through you. So when you see us switching, and I'm going to use overturning palm, all of my weight moves on this foot, and he feels I'm still planted. I switch, and I'm still planted, and I'm pushing the entire time. And the reason why I can do that is all of my weight is still planted into the ground. I'm relaxed, and that ground path is maintained. When I switch hands, that ground path just swifts over from me turning with my skeleton and switches over. So I'm maintaining that contact and ground path on him at all times. And he is going to have to do that to me. If not, that means if he doesn't do it to me, I'm just going to push right over. If I don't do it for him, he's just going to come right through me or pull or jerk me off my feet. So now, how do you do that? Just like in the form, when you're moving and you're making this step, same way, same in the form, except you're going to do it faster and you're going to do it while he's pushing on you. So you maintain this like here. I felt him push wide. He gave me too much energy. I took it and pulled him off balance. I could have pulled him right into an elbow, but it didn't, because that's not what this drill is about. We're not sparring yet. We're just learning our capabilities, maintaining our ground path, using force and power on the other person while they try to do the same to us and maintain our root structure and ground path as well. Way too slippery and hot now. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Go to my website, www.popseagong.com, and I'll see you soon.